Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Manarino. How are you today? It's Thursday, June 14th, 2018. So people, this is what's going on right now. Actually, there's a lot going on right now. I'm going to try to cover it all here. But if you recall, the bond market action that we saw yesterday was incredible. We got this Fed rate hike, 25 basis points, and bonds sold off big time. Then some mysterious entity got in here, started buying up those bonds, stocks went up, and then as the day progressed, stocks fell. Well, right now, again, and I'm going to urge you to go look at this, as I am doing this video blog, the mysterious entity is back again, buying bonds like, again, they're the last bonds in the history of the world. And what is that doing? It's propping up the stock market. Now, the Confederacy of Idiots, they're not even the dunces anymore. They're saying stocks are higher now on good economic data. This is not true. If the bond market were not being propped up like it is right now, stocks would be lower, period. Now, the spread between the 10-year and the 30-year is under 12 basis points. The yield curve is essentially flat. We don't even have a curve anymore. But again, they're going to go through lengths that you cannot believe to keep this stock market propped up, at least through the midterms. Nothing else matters. The Fed is running the show here. You know, speaking of central banks, and this is almost not even noteworthy, although it's getting a lot of coverage on the mainstream financial channels. Apparently, the European Central Bank, Mario Draghi, announced that they're going to end quantitative easing. Do they mean end quantitative easing kind of like the Fed ended quantitative easing? Because it has never ended. What I want people to understand, and why stocks are higher here, possibly off some of the news out of the European Central Bank, is they can't stop. Every central bank has to manage their bond market by getting into it and buying the bonds. That's how they keep interest rates low. They can't just say it. Imagine if they had the power to just say, utter words out of their mouth, and then things would just miraculously happen. That's not the way it works. People think that's the way it works. I mean, seriously. No, that's not the way it works. The central banks have to get cash printed out of thin air, more than likely added to a digital screen, and buy the bonds to keep rates suppressed. That's what the Fed is doing now. Quantitative easing here in the United States has never ended, and it will not end over there either. It can't stop. However, the euro did take a hit off of that news, and that pushed up the dollar value. By the way, gold and silver are higher, cryptocurrencies are higher as well, in light of what's going on here, because people believe what I am telling you. These world central banks have essentially lost control. They can't predict a damn thing. They always get it wrong. Whatever dot plots they want to look at, it's never right. And our central bank is so far behind the curve right now. I mean, we keep hearing, this drives me nuts. Do you realize that we're still in recovery? We're still in an economic recovery. Meanwhile, we're being fist-fed that we're in a booming economic cycle. We're at full employment right now. So how are we still in recovery unless something else is going on? I think you get it. It's just absolutely insane. Everything is. So anyway, keep your eye on that bond market right now. They are buying those bonds like crazy, suppressing rates, creating an environment of risk, so cash is moving into the stock market. It's the same thing. It has nothing to do with economic data that the Confederacy of Dunces, now known as Confederacy of Idiots, wants you to believe. It's all about the bond market, period, the end. It's the truth, and you know that. And the complete falsehood coming out of the European Central Bank, oh yeah, they're going to end QE just like the Fed did. I wonder how that's going to work out, because I guarantee you they're going to make sure rates stay where they are for until this whole thing just melts down. That means the central bank has to buy bonds. Period. The end. Again. All right, with that said, let's see how this market plays out for the rest of the day.